So I just made a shocking realization. I'm almost 32, you guys. Now, I already knew this, but I remembered. You know, like a lot of the time you can like forget, where your life's going and what you've been doing for like the past, like 15 years. You can just tell yourself that it's all been a dream. And you've actually been accomplishing quite a lot. Just nobody knows about it. Well, that like ideal fantasy came to a crashing halt today in the past 2 minutes. Like I was just walking out to my car and like when you work at a restaurant, it's really easy to make fun of things. Like it's just a bunch of free material like everywhere you go. Like if you're a comedian anyways. And I gotta say I'm pretty blessed. Never thought I would say that in relation to my life or in relation to my career. And I don't mean comedy. I mean like this is my career now. It's working in fucking drive-thrus. But it makes so much sense. Like everything that I am, everything that I do, everything that I feel, everything that I perceive, and the just magnanimous level of negativity that I perceive. So I'm almost 32. This is crazy. I mean, this is like what people do when they don't know what else to do. They want like a first job. They're like, I'm gonna work at Wendy's. I'm gonna work here, make some money, and then like live a real life where I don't work at fucking Wendy's. And there are people like me that are just fucking nuts. Just haven't pursued anything. Haven't been motivated enough to accomplish a single goal. So they end up on this path. It's called the proverbial path of least resistance, where it's just like you really don't need to put up much of a fight. You probably bitch about it and you're like, man, I'm gonna do more with my life. I'm gonna go back to school. That's always like, I mean, I don't even think about it like that anymore. My parents finally stopped hounding me about it. Because last time I was in school, my professor tried to kiss me. So that ended that dream. I just remembered that I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. It's crazy because I didn't smoke for like a whole year and I never really thought about it. But then when I went back to it, it was like, I told my brain, yes, it's okay to do this again. And so my brain is just like a fucking like dog, like waiting for a treat, just waiting for that fucking like dopamine release. Like, give me nicotine, nicotine. Nicotine. It's my impression of a dog that's addicted to cigarettes. See, this is what's good about a toothpick, because when it gets caught in your hair, it doesn't set your hair on fire. Dude, I've done that. Like, I'd just start smelling it. Like, I'd hear, like, the singe, and be like, oh, fuck. And then, like, I'd smell, like, my hair burning. I shouldn't be joking about this, because that's a pretty horrible thing, Because I know people that, like, really happens to them. They don't just, accidentally set themselves on fire because they're fucking self-destructive, chain-smoking piece of crap. See, the reason I needed to quit smoking is because I'm a very, very, very self-destructive person, and I'm real clumsy. So it's not good for me to like be around, fiery objects like when I'm in this state of mind. But yeah, so this is shitty coffee, by the way. I had to downgrade so I could afford batteries for this piano here. I'm still running on the old ones though. I'm gonna use them till they're done. I like that chord a lot. It sounds very like serious. You know, I'm gonna talk about the death penalty. You know, death penalty serious. Uh, Speaking of the death penalty, uh, so I asked a coworker of mine about his feelings on abortion, and see, I was expecting him because he's like a metalhead. So I don't know. Maybe that's wrong for me to just assume that like metalheads are like pro-abortion, but this guy isn't. He's like against it, right? Now, the more that I think about abortion, the less I'm for it. But the more I am like interested in, sex education, it's still, um, I feel like the reasons I'm against abortion are like totally different. I wish that women were smarter and knew what the fuck was happening to themselves and their bodies and shit. Like, I don't understand like women that like wait and they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I'm like, you should make that decision right now. Like, you should. Like, I think it's just like women like waver on decisions, and they're like, oh, but does this life deserve a chance or not? I don't know. Do I want to continue to party or do I want to try to be a mom? What should I do? So I did what I should do in like every situation where somebody says something that I strongly disagree with. I just walked away because I was like, I don't think that we're gonna see eye to eye on anything. Because like a lot of the people I know that are like against abortion, I don't think that they'd be like pro sterilization like me. Like, I mean, they're like pro life because like they're optimistic, and like I'm not really pro choice. I'm just pro like uh, knowledge, I guess. And I feel like if you're pro knowledge, abortion's not necessary because like you already knew, like you knew that you figured out you were pregnant and you're like, fuck this, I don't want this kid and I don't want to have an abortion and I don't want to have to pay a doctor a ridiculous amount of money to kill this fetus, so I'm just going to drink a bunch of vitamin C or I'm going to figure out another way to quietly kill my baby. See, the thing is, like, I couldn't tell this kid that I work with that, like, most of my jokes are about abortion. But I joke about it a lot because it's something that I'm very passionate about because I'm adopted and I wish that my mother hadn't chosen life. So I feel like I have every right to talk about this. Like, I have way more of a right to talk about it than anybody that isn't adopted, or they don't have to have the psychological problems associated with being adopted. But I don't know. It's like whenever I start talking about stuff like abortion or race or, anything that I'm really passionate about, it just goes back to like my cynicism about everything, you know? And I wish that, well, no, I don't. I used to wish I wasn't so cynical, but that's mainly because I scare people with it. I can't keep this toothpick in my hand, god damn it. Oh my god, this rag smells like patchouli. It makes me happy. I said the funniest shit today. my manager's whining because, like, after 8 o'clock, like, we only have, like, 3 people. It's, like, me. So that's, like, 2 Mexicans right there. Me and him, who's a lazy fuckhead. He's the one that's always on his phone and vaping and shit. And then there's this other guy who's usually also on his phone and vaping and shit. Or just outside smoking cigarettes, even though he vapes. I don't understand. But, like, he does work. But, like, the whole time he fucking complains. Like, he bitches like a fucking woman just because he's got to make burgers and shit. I'm like, dude, you work in the food industry. This is what you have to do. You have to make people's food until we close the store. And then when we close the store, it's all over. I don't understand why people bitch about stuff that's like, this is your job. If you don't like it, just fucking kill yourself. That's always my solution to everything. I'm like, dude, there are other options. You could choose not to live anymore. Because, I mean, we know you're not going to, like, leave and get a better job. We know you're not going to leave and, like, go back to school. Just accept that you're on the proverbial path of least resistance, motherfucker. I don't complain because there's no use in complaining. Unless complaining could change things, but usually it don't. But I have a rule. As long as you're funny, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But here's the thing, I'm really fucking funny. If you're not really fucking funny, then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm so happy to exist right at this moment. Right at this specific moment. I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm expressing myself. I'm expressing how I feel. And I'm lying to myself. I'm telling myself that there are so many people that are listening. Oh, they're listening. Maybe they're hearing what I'm saying. Maybe they're understanding what I'm saying. And I know that a lot of times I sing out of key. But that's just me. Sorry, I realize that when I do that, it's annoying. And I'm like, don't do that as much. Then you won't be as annoyed when you watch these videos later on. I try to talk about stuff in my videos to give myself, like, just another reason, you know, for me to, like, have to do what I said I'm gonna do, because I'm like, dude, you tell the vortex knows that you need to clean your fucking toilet and you haven't fucking done it because you're a lazy piece of shit. You know, I gotta be accountable to something. It might as well be the internet, right? Even though you can't really respond, you're probably like, what good would it do, you know? To tell this crazy bitch that she's crazy. To tell her that she's different. To tell her that she's not like anybody else. And that she's weird. Oh, she's really fucking weird. Duh. I know this. I wish that people would tell me stuff that I didn't already know. So many people walk up to me and they tell me shit that I've been knowing for a long time. You know? And I just can't let it go. I can't change who I am. The only thing I can do is transform it into something better than what it is naturally. This is so depressing. Like, I just want to kill myself listening to this, you know? Like, if I were a YouTuber watching this through the vortex, I would be like, fuck this. I'm gonna watch something happier. Something that makes me feel better. I'm not gonna watch this crazy bitch go on a diatribe about suicide. Suicide, sitting under a tree, which she's joked about hanging herself with. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't use you like that. Okay? I am a literal tree hugger. Ah, I love you. I'm a tree kisser too. I would totally make out with it, but I don't want to freak y'all out. Just kidding. I'm not a dendrophiliac. I should be though. I really should be. I'm a tree humper. You're a tree hugger. I'm a tree humper. Here we go. Here we go. Just for y'all. Just for y'all. I really want to be fucked on a tree. Like there's this scene in the movie Secretary. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm obsessed with that bitch. Like she's so fucking sexy. She plays like a masochist in this film, and there's a scene where she's tied to a tree and she's being fucked. That's like a really hot fantasy. Like I would masturbate way more to some like sex scene in a movie that actually deals with, love and relationships and the difficulties of psychological problems, Like I find that stuff way hotter than the, like like I got a love porno going on. Like Pornhub ain't got shit on me. Like I'm very in tune to my sexuality, but it's just like it's mine though. Like as open as I am, like I am not as much of a slut bag as I really want to be. Only when I drink. We should start drinking again. Yeah, just for that. Just like I really need to get laid, so I know how to do it. Because I always seem to pick the sleaziest motherfucker at the bar to do me. And it's terrible. This is why I quit drinking. One of the many reasons. It's like, I didn't really enjoy it. Like all the times that I would like go out and do something stupid. Like, fuck somebody that I just met. Like that guy in the hat. Like that's really the only description that I have of him. I did make out with a lot of really hot chicks though. That's cool. Like women are way more experimental when they're intoxicated. But I mean, I'm not speaking for me, because like I don't feel very comfortable with women. So if I'm gonna be that comfortable that I'm gonna like kiss a chick, like I gotta be pretty drunk. I'm not saying I have to be drunk. I'm saying that I just naturally, I don't have the kind of confidence to like, I don't know, be like, you're really pretty, like I really want to kiss you. I mean, like how, I feel like a guy, like I feel like an awkward guy when I like try to talk to girls that I think are really attractive or really cool or whatever. I just feel really stupid. I'm like Screech from Saved by the Bell. Like I'm constantly pursuing Elisa, but like she just always turns me down, Lisa Turtle. She totally acted white. I mean, I don't think that like Saved by the Bell would have been like the same show if like Lisa Turtle had acted black, I think it would have been a completely different show. Like, God, we got to keep this. We got to keep this pretty vanilla, like. Well, because that show is like so cheesy. Like, like I remember there was an episode about like pot, and it was so bad. It was so fucking bad. And like I know a lot of these shows, like, because like they appeal to like kids, and we live in fucking corporate like conservative bullshit America. They're like, okay, you've got to insert this like idea of like how people behave or whatever. Like, okay, a perfect example of this. have you guys seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Oh my god, that family they were Republicans. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not saying that you, like, can't be black and Republican. I'm saying that it's like being gay and Republican, or that's like being, like, Christian and gay. I, like, it's so weird, you know? And you know that, like, most of those people hate your guts, right? But they're just like, oh, that's good that he's here, you know, because that makes us seem like we're less fascist. Like, that's like the Republican Party, like, needs, like, you know, they're five, like, black people, like, maybe they're one and a half gay people they have, like, they need that, you know, to sustain them. And I really believe that, like, if you're black and you're Republican, or you're gay and you're Republican, like, you hate yourself. You obviously fucking hate yourself, you know? It's just sad. And see, just saying this is, like, controversial. Isn't that stupid? Like, you can't just, like, say your fucking opinion anymore. Like, people get so mad. And it's not like getting mad changes anything. Like, I still am fucking saying it. And what are you gonna fucking do? Are you gonna, like, come find me and shoot me? That would be a blessing. Uh, like, that's funny. Like, if every time you say something controversial, you just, like, threaten suicide. You're like, I'm gonna kill myself anyway, okay? Who wants to kill me now? Does anybody want to, you know, fucking do the dirty work for me? That should be, like, some sort of business, like, called dirty work. And, like, and they, like, make it seem like it's a suicide. Or, no. They make it seem like it's murder. So that, like, people will be mad at you for committing suicide. Hey, you want to kill yourself? And you don't want to be blamed for it? Do you want to kill yourself and not be branded a horrible, selfish person? Like, call dirty work. Because we can make it look like it was a murder, you know, literal murder. Because a lot of people think that killing yourself is murder. Because I guess you are murdering yourself. They need to do that with abortion too. Make abortion look like it was literal murder, not just metaphorical Christian bullshit murder, you know? Because you know how many, like, Christians still believe in the death penalty? Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't really, I have mixed feelings about the death penalty. Like, yeah, you brought this up earlier in relation to abortion. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it, like, changes anything. Like, I mean, I feel like death penalty is just for the victims. I feel like the victims should decide what happens to them. No Supreme Court. No fair trial. Fuck that. It's like, especially if you, like, rape a kid or something, they should castrate you. Like, a lot of people think that that's just so barbaric. But I'm like, how is it barbaric? Like, they just, like, fucked up this person's childhood forever. Like, they robbed them of a childhood. Now their sex life's gonna be fucked up. They're gonna have, like, fucked up brain for the rest of their life. You know, all because this motherfucker couldn't keep it in his pants. Like, and you want to talk about how that's barbaric. You know, I think that they should fucking chemically castrate. I think that they should do this to, like, all pedophiles. Chemical castration. I'm sure they would prefer that, too, rather than having to, like, fight those urges all the time. Like, that's what they do for, like, child molesters that get released back into the public. They, like, give them, like, Depo Provera or whatever the fuck. And they're, like, forced to take it. But, I mean, until we come up with, like, some sort of pedophile island where they can just, like, hang out and, you know, fuck, like, blow up dolls or something that look like kids. These are my solutions, y'all. I feel like my solutions are a lot better than, the solutions that America's got. But there's the reason that I'm not the president. And, dude, at this point, I think anybody could be the president. Well, I'm not rich. And I can't imagine myself, like, ever, like, just being, like, some sort of, like, spitting image for some, like, oh, this is what the country wants, or this is what, like, this party wants, or that party wants, or whatever. Like, I could never do that, because I'm too much myself over here, It's like, if I can't even, like, go to a party and enjoy myself, like, I doubt that I could give an inaugural speech. But I bet that whole family wants to kill themselves. Like, Melania looks like she really wants to kill herself. She should. That would be hilarious if she did. I mean, no, I take that back. I'm not saying that she deserves to die. I'm just saying that she seems like she really wants to right now. Like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? Like, I wonder if she regrets saying those vows. But you always have to wonder that about the First Lady anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I really don't want to go back. I have to go back to work. It's horrible. I would have to do my job. I would have to take orders, put orders into a machine, and I'm going to take money and put it into a drawer and sort it out and count people's change correctly. I'm going to have to put ketchup packets in a bag, napkins in a bag, drinks in a drink carrier, with straws, with frosties, with spoons for the frosties. Do you guys like this stupid ass character I'm doing? I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm making fun of myself for complaining. That's what I'm doing, because I'm just trivializing my job and how worthless it is. And so it's like, why am I bitching? Like, this is what I have to do. And I have another pot cookie to make it all better. So, there you go. Pretty lucky for that. Some people don't believe in drug use. I'm not one of those people. I don't believe in psychiatric drugs because they're evil and they were invented by the government, much like crack, to keep the mentally ill quiet. Just like it's easier to keep black people in jail, when you give them crack. So, oh, and that's controversial, right? That's so controversial. Oh, because it's true. Because that's the real thing that really happens all the time. And the government's responsible for all of it. Because the government's fucking racist. Anyway, yeah, I feel like psych meds were invented for the same reason, because they realized that, like, people that are depressed, people that have personality disorders and anxiety and shit, like, they know what's going on, they know what's really happening, and what if they start talking? But it's like, I choose to enlighten myself, and I choose to open my mind and expand my horizons with cannabis and with various hallucinogens. But that's my choice, It's not like other people are telling me, you have this, so because you have this, I'm gonna give you this to counteract that, or whatever the fuck. I don't play that game no more. I don't. I just don't believe that, like, that stuff's good for you anyway. I mean, like, it's really not good for you in the long run. Just because it makes you, like, slightly less suicidal today. Like, I guess maybe I just have so many suicidal thoughts, and I just, like, always think negatively and I'm bitter, but ever since like I discovered comedy, it was like, man, like I'm so much fucking happier. Like being a quiet borderline personality, like I'm so much cooler with who I am, whatever the fuck I'm doing with my life now. Like I feel like there's so much more to this because of comedy. So I'm very, very blessed by Satan. The joke here is that neither God nor Satan exists. So I'm just making fun of all of it here. I'm saying I worship Satan, saying Satan loves me, Satan died for my sins. I strive to be as offensive as possible with good reason. I don't just like to offend people just to offend them. That's fucking stupid. But like, if I'm saying something that is very true, like, God isn't real and neither is the devil, then I feel like it's warranted, And if you believe that God is real and you believe the devil is real and all that, then it shouldn't matter what some crazy white bitch is saying over here under a tree that she humped earlier. It's just like, that's the thing. White people are so stupid. Like they get so offended. Like if you don't agree with them, or like if you do something different than what they do, they get very upset. Black people don't give a shit. That's why I love black people, because it's fine with them that I don't believe in God. Like they believe in God enough for the both of us. So it's cool, and they can have God. They deserve it. They deserve it. They went through a lot that we put them through as white people, as white fucking Americans. And like I wasn't there, during slavery time, but I just feel like this country is so full of shit, and we've just done so many horrific things, and we just keep like rationalizing why it was necessary and why like what's necessary now is what's necessary now. It's just like people that make up all these excuses as to why, like, like, oh, we're advancing in society, we're advancing in technology. I'm like, dude, this is all that people do now. Like, this is it. This is all I see people do. I don't care, like, what kind of app you just got. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're still doing this all the time. So, like, you're just, like, enslaving yourself to this bullshit. Like, you tell yourself you have to do this. Like, this is just, like, what people do now. So I got out of my way to fight the man. I wholeheartedly believe in the kind of stuff that George Orwell talks about. I think I am going to make a flag, and it's just going to be George Orwell's picture. People are going to see it. They're like, who is that, Jesus? I'll be like, yeah, he's my Jesus. Okay, I'm going to go. I was supposed to go back like 10 minutes ago. But I don't give a fuck right now because I'm high, and I'd rather be with this tree than be inside Wendy's doing shit that I don't want to do. See, this is how I fuck off, you guys. I'm just late. Like when I'm in there, I do my fucking job. I do everybody's job, But it's just getting me in there. That's the problem. Gotta finish my coffee. Finish my cigarette. You should tell people. You're like, yeah, I'm finished. Like, let me finish this cigarette. It's been pretty slow today because it's Sunday. Sunday's fun day. Just kidding. It's not. It's terrible. I hate Sundays. I wish that Sundays would be eliminated from the calendar because that's how much I hate them. I know a lot of people that feel this way about this day of the week. It's mainly because of fucking God. Like, that's the main reason. Speaking of God, I work with like this Jesus-loving lady. She's a lady. I was gonna call her a bitch, but she's not a bitch. She's real sweet. Um, like she would get offended if she heard me refer to her as a bitch, even though I don't mean it like that. And I'm like, yeah, I work with this bitch. You know, I don't mean like if she's a cunt. Like, you know what I mean, Vortex. I'm pretty confident that y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so she loves Jesus, and she always refers to herself in the third person. Like anytime I need something, say I need some small fries, say I need 6 chicken nuggets. Miss Debbie's got you. Miss Debbie's got you. Freaks out the customers. Cause I mean, she refers to herself in the third person like all the time. And so I don't know if like something happened to her. Sometimes I think she's like me, cause she thinks I'm really funny, but mm, she only hears like a smidgen of what you say. I mean, she's heard you say some other things. Yeah, and she told me that she was gonna give me a fucking bar of soap, put it in my mouth, and I was like, you ought to just lay that fucker there. Just leave it. Just leave it in my mouth, cause as soon as you take it out, fuck, that tastes like ass. Can you give me that better soap? Doesn't taste like shit. They should have like soap like specifically for that purpose. But then like the kids like figure out a way to make the soap taste better, so it's not really punishment. Or maybe they figure out a way to get high off the soap. Dude, there's got to be a way. Like THC soap. Oh my god, I should look this up. I should see if there's actual THC soap. Can you just imagine like bathing with THC and just like getting super duper fucked? Maybe. Well, they have THC oil. Why not have soap? You know they make soap though. We gotta rewatch Fight Club. Yeah, I gotta go, man. Are you just like waiting for them to come out and get you? Basically, yeah. It's gonna be bad though because like everybody's leaving at 8 o'clock. Now you're bitching. Don't play the victim. It's gonna be fine. You got a cookie. You're a Mexican on the inside. I realize why Mexicans work so hard, you guys. You wanna know why? It's because they're fucking horny. Mucho horny. I'm mucho horny. I think about fucking constantly. Okay. See? I know! He's mad. We're so mad. Okay. Well, I gotta go, you guys. I have to go back to work. Like, I really have to go back. I'm gonna say some bullshit like, I lost track of time, but we all know that's not true. I purposely lost track of time. I feel like I'm walking in the sand right now. I know, man. I know. They're all watching me shoot this, you guys. Oh, no. No, no, no. I don't believe in journalism. I think journalism is mostly a lie. You just told me I should be a news reporter? Fake news. Mental news, right? Bye. Bye-bye.